Look, this Tim at TAH-DAH Farm. Today is June 12th, Wednesday, and I got the nurse trailer behind me, a little over half full of 28% nitrogen. And we just filled up the applicator, and we're going to side dress corn today. Alright, we got the tank with 28% nitrogen on it, and then we're going to haul it over here to the third field we're going to get to so I can refill up. Son's going to pick me up, bring me back home, get the tractor, and we're going to start the first two fields. I could do 10 acres on what I have loaded on that applicator, and it's about 7, 8 acres, probably 8 acres at least that I got to do. And then we'll be to this field where we're leaving this tank. So anyway, we'll be right back with the tractor and in the field, hopefully side dressing some corn. Well, I'm almost done with this field, done with the first one. Had a few bugs to work out, a few things that come loose. I had to tighten back up on the coulters. So just little things going on here, but I'll get you some video in the next field. We're turning around here. Now this is a goofy field I call the bird's head. I don't know what, it looks like a bird's head with this little spots at the eye. There's a drain tile right in the middle of the field, catch basin. Anyway, it's in a development here where ideally they had a road that was coming out this way, and they reconfigured things and sent it over that way. It's goofy. I don't know what they were thinking when they did this back in the 70s. But anyway, we farm it, and I'm going to turn here again. This field does not have very many straight rows. There's an awful lot of point rows in it. And I found that I'm going to have to do some alignment, I think, with these wheels, because it doesn't seem like it's tracking very straight. It's tracking to the right just a little bit. But you know, here's what I consider the eye of the bird's head. So let me get around this and I'll get back with you. Alright, we're just down here starting this last 5-acre field. Got some video out the back at the last field. So kind of play that while we're talking here. But the applicator's doing well. When you think you got all the parts tight, you don't have them all tight. So we found a few things that needed to be torqued a little more. So, but that wasn't that big of a deal. Tightened a few things up. It's doing a lot better now. But for those that aren't farmers or maybe new to my channel, just a small farmer, farm less than 100 acres. I would love to farm more ground, but it is next to impossible to find ground around here. So I just farm a lot of these little, smallest ones 2 acres, the biggest ones 9 acres, and then I got a 14-acre field that I farm. But mostly corn and beans. We're side dressing corn today. Now, for those of you who don't know what that is, side dressing, that is liquid nitrogen in that tank. 28% nitrogen. Was that 72% water? So inject that about 2-3 inches into the ground, 4 inches into the ground, and some of this don't look too bad. That last field I was in kind of yellowish looking. that yellowish corn will turn to a deep dark green here in a couple days. So we are going to have to get some spraying done. Just took about an hour to meet with the agronomist, seed guy for channel. He is somewhat of an agronomist, but yeah, we just looked at some fields, and he left me some seed to replant some spots, but overall things are starting to come around. Let me get turned around here. As I was saying there before we had to turn around, I did those 4 end rows too. Yeah, there's a lot of wet spots that drowned it out or didn't come up, or a little bit wet when I planted, so the emergence isn't real good in the beans. The corn, on the other hand, this is probably the best looking stand of corn I've had forever. I mean, I think I've been farming 9 years now. So yeah, I mean, it just looks really good. It's just way behind. We'll see if we make knee high by the 4th of July. But it's about what they call V4, V5. Perfect for spraying and side dressing. Some of it doesn't come back. Yes, you say, well, you're running over on the ends. Yeah, you do. But what little you mess up, I've experienced not putting enough nitrogen down. Yeah, putting this nitrogen down way outweighs not putting it down and not running over it. I tried 1 year of the spread the granular out, urea. That was, let's just say, disastrous. I barely had 100 bushels an acre. A lot of rain that year, which washed it away and just didn't hold to the field. So I have found this being the best for me. Some guys will put out ammonia, what is it called? Yeah, they'll put that out. Let me get turned around again. Some guys put out, I forget what it's called, ammonia, anhydrous, that's what it's called, which is a real strong ammonia, and there's a chemical reaction that takes place for that nitrogen to come out of that ammonia nitrate. And anyway, it works good, very successful. I just don't want to smell it, and it's a little bit of a danger to it. It burns if you get it on your skin or a cut, basically. Just on your hands, it just feels sticky, like you spilled soda pop on them. But you got a little cut or a hangnail on your finger, you will know it burns. But this is a little safer, and I feel more comfortable with it. So that's why we use 28%. And it'll give some of this a little bit yellower color. I don't know if you can see that. But here in a couple days, this will be real dark green. All right, here I go again. Get all done, and I realized I didn't pull the camera out. They got a little spot here. That's where they can fill using their pump, or they can fill and go into the tank. The tank can come out and go into the pump. So I just hooked up my hose. This is where I fill at. Hooked it up to there. Used their pump to pump it back in with that hose into the tank. This tank was completely clean starting out, so whatever I put in it was theirs, and whatever I put out was theirs. So I don't want to store 28 here. It can be a hassle sometimes with the small quantities. So anyway, we will get this all flushed out and cleaned out, run antifreeze through it. This was pretty nice. I could see the pressure very well. I was doing 35-ish to 40 pounds. I could see the balls. These two floated here, and this one floated higher. And if you remember me talking about it, with this being 5 rows covering 6 rows of corn, this one, and this one are doing one rate. Half from this one here and half from this one here goes here. Half of this one here goes here, in a real world, half of this one goes here and a full one goes there. Reality is you get about 75% there and 125% here, and then 100, same thing over here. Not a perfect world, but overall for what I'm doing, it works great. That's, I think, 11 feet 2 inches from tip of bar to tip of bar, and it was good. What I had to tighten up more on were these right here. This would spin just a little bit more than it should, and this would end up being over there. And then a couple of these came loose on me, which allowed it to spin all the way around. And then I can fill from this side as well. So, but anyway, that's the applicator if you haven't seen it all finished. New gaskets and stuff on here, so, well, O-rings on top and bottom, and a new gasket was here. Everything else he had rebuilt the year before, all looked good inside. So new chain, I put that idler on there, built this whole bracket. This got re-milled here, so it's good and tight now. I mean, there's hardly any wiggle to that now. So went real good. But we got it all on there. We will take that back in the morning and pick up the chemicals. We are going to try to spray corn in the morning. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, guys, if we don't put anything else on this video, thanks for watching and have a good day.